dreaded dinosaur man.
Story of a man who developed a spaceship that traveled so fast that its pilots vanished mysteriously into thin air. From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which we'll live in 1,050 years on 1,000 maybe worlds.
Okay. Testing this out. I see my boys on. Hello, Jay. Hope you're having fun at the airport. I gotta get in the habit of doing this, and I hope people can hear me because I have no idea. I got nobody to monitor right now. Should be some chill music in the background through a voice mod and camera set up here. Save that page. Woohoo! All right. I thought, sure, let me just do this right quick and I'll start streaming and get back to drawing real quick. And then it ended up being update this, reinstall this, reconnect YouTube. Should be going out to YouTube and Twitter. Oh, hey. Yes, I do need to do more of these. It's been bugging me that I haven't been, and my biggest issue is that I need to listen to music while I'm drawing to be in the zone. And having to set up all the equipment and get it going. But once it's going, I'm fine. I can talk to people and I'm relaxed and I can draw. What's going on, Madness? Good to see you're still kicking around. So right now I am just noodling over my rough. And then from there it'll be inks. Do this out of our studio. All I have to do is draw. Yeah, I mean that'd be something I'd be interested in, maybe looking into. And I could stream with Luke on Nerd Bacon. I know that. I need my own setup, and I got an idea. Hopefully, my buddy will be able to do, because I really need somebody else who's like reading the chat while I do stuff, especially if I'm working behind me where I've got my drawing table for my sketch covers and stuff, which that camera's not on right now. Plus, I barely have any subscribers because I barely try this, but it would be nice to get monetized a little bit. Just one of the things I realized this morning was that the first page that I had gotten done for this was too complex, too much. I mean, it looked great. Sure, her legs were a little bit too long. She looked too old, but I wanted to find a happy balance between where I could get this done in a decent amount of time and still look good and not look like it's a completely different universe from the first book, because the illustrations in that one are really simplified and more of an anime thing. So I think I've got a happy balance. This is page 3 here with these panels. And then there's a redo of a little bit of rework of page 1, trying to get everything to look like it's set up. This first page, though, this is like page 2. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Got her friend getting off the school bus. There's a lot of setup in this page. Well, nobody's saying we can't hear you. Can you guys hear that little chill music? Is that even coming through? I don't know if I had set that up right or not. I can't have nothing going on, like music-wise, because I have tinnitus real bad in this ear. All right, cool, awesome. And so I constantly have to have some sort of white noise or background music to get the tinnitus, so it's like driving me crazy. And I got my cat cam. Here's Louise. Should probably move that down so you guys can see her better. Say hi, Louise. You're on camera. I actually took the liberty. It wasn't in the script, but I've added my cat into green here. There's our debut page. My goal is to get all of the pages to just line art status, get some tone, and then start throwing, kind of even out the tones on them. Do all that before I let her. Maybe, I don't know. I need to. Think about that. Okay. Turn off that layer and start this part. Music is okay. Awesome. Hey, dude. Good to see you again. Yeah, I need to do more of these. And that's the feedback I'm getting. Y'all can listen to my gruff Hollywood grandma voice. All right, let's see. You sharing it out, Pops? Any conventions coming up? That's a sticking point because I don't have a working car anymore. I did a wonderful convention in Central Florida where I got to meet in person Drunk 3PO Jay, who's becoming one of my best friends. We got to hang out. But on the drive back, my car gave out on me, and I was able to limp it to a dealership, and they put a new catalytic converter on it, which got me home at 30-some miles to the gallon, which was great. I let the car sit for a couple of days, and the trans went. The trans was going. They told me it was going at the shop, but they want $6,000 to put a new transmission in a car with 300,000 miles. And everybody's like, you should have just dumped the car in Georgia where you were stranded. And that's not the kind of person I am. And I had all my stuff. I probably could have stayed down there for a few days, tried to sell it or whatever. I don't know. There probably would have been a better idea, but I paid to get the cat put in so that I could actually just get home. And by God's grace, it worked great. Got me home. I even had to sleep one more day before I got home somewhere else. And then it died. Oh, we got X-Wing in the house. Let's see. Nice. Should probably mount the camera on the other side somehow. Thank you. I appreciate the prayers. Wife and I are going to be on one car for the time being, which should work out. And I really wanted to transition out of doing cons constantly because I wasn't home very much. And I got family that needs me around. And I've got plenty of comic book work to do. Also stuff with the Fantastic Collection, which you haven't checked it out yet. FantasticCollection.com. I've been building that site for a hot minute. And it's live, and you can buy the graded comic books that have the label that I drew for CGC. And there's some beautiful books on there, and we're adding more every day. So we had a launch party for that yesterday. Let's see. One of the neat things about Clip Studio is that if you actually use the panel border tool, then you can just draw right off the page and it stays within what you've told it as a panel, which is thrilling. I'll do a new layer and work on our main hero here. Let's see. Let's see. I don't use it that much. The panel borders. But they do take a little getting used to. Ooh. Almost got canceled. Let's see. Yeah. My buddy Dominic that publishes the wrestling comics. He's like, why don't we get an inker for you? And as you can see from my red line here, I would drive an inker crazy. I don't draw tight enough to have an inker. X-Wing, do you find this particular art style suits you, or do you often draw in other styles? Dude, I draw in so many different styles that for a while I really didn't feel like I had one. Like if you look at my wrestling art, for example, that's very much Bronze Age, Silver Age, more of a how to draw comics the Marvel way style. And then for Dinosaur Man, it's a little more cartoony. This is actually what I'm doing now for Green. It's more like my comic strip Chad the Fat Kid, which is still floating around out there on the internet. You can Google Chad the Fat Kid and read those. More cartoony. I think it's just the ADHD. I get bored and I try to change things up. Like this sketch cover I'm working on. It's all colored pencil lines. So this is something new I've been experimenting with, trying not to use any black and just building up the underpainting with the colored pencils and then using colored pens and markers to bring out the rest of the rendering. Actually, don't need, whatever, it's fine. Reminds me of Archie or Tintin. Yeah, exactly. Like and if I see something that I really like, I'll want to try to draw that style, or and so for example, the little pirate project we're talking about, I really want to do a detailed, a more detailed, almost woodcut, very gnarly textural style for that, which is far removed from what I'm doing here with Green. Because I think, something like that suits the material. I'm actually a little jealous of people who can draw the same style over and over again consistently their whole lives. Because I think it gives them a little bit more of an identity. Whereas some of my stuff, if you didn't see my signature on there, you wouldn't know that I drew it. Yes. Raise the Jolly Roger. I'm very excited myself. I'm really looking forward to the character description when those come in, and get into like, okay, what do these characters look like? I do like the cartoon style though, because it's something like that I'm not having to rush on, but I can still produce quicker because I'm not getting lost in the minutia of details, or having to set up a world that has, with Jay's book series, there's most of it's black and white, a lot of line art, more cartoony style really suits it, and it's for kids, and you want a visual language that doesn't overstimulate children of all ages, which is why cartoons, you have a simplified style for most cartoons. An adult, who's more developed can read a more complex image quickly, whereas a child, it might overload them. So those are things that you kind of keep in mind when doing stuff like this. I didn't really work out her shoes very well. So that means I can go right back in, and these are her outdoor shoes. So these are some high tops. Making sure she's seated in her environment. We got grass coming up all over the place. shoot. I hate it when it happens. Thanks very much, X-Wing. Yeah, streaming to one person. I want to thank everybody who popped in because I was expecting to stream to nobody right now. So that's great. Got to start somewhere. I've restarted several times. I think what we need is some foreground grass. Instant shoelaces. There we go. Hey! Thanks for coming by. All right, that panel is pretty much done. So we can start down here. So we got two different scenes going on in this page. One of the things in the story is that she loves nature. She hangs out in nature all the time. That's her happy place. Home is a little bit more with the drudgery. A lot more emotions going on there. So we've got my cat that I'm inserting in this story. All right, Louise, just as a background character. And her father's fiddling with his remote, and she's a little bit more kind of solemn. So start working this up a little bit. I'm going to remind myself what her dad looks like. So I'm going to drag this page off screen so I can keep his facial features in mind, because I clearly didn't work much on this one. Okay. 3, 4. Streaming to nobody. Awesome. And then there's a 0 up there for a little bit. Don't say that. You're definitely not a nobody, man. The real nobodies are rich and famous for being stupid and doing what they're told. Those are the nobodies. Like, what was that one? There's a video going around the internet of this girl interviewing this musician. And she refuses to be called a musician because she thinks she's being called a magician. And now the girl interviewing her keeps a straight face. I have no idea. It's like, and surprise, surprise, makes music, has an OnlyFans, those type of weirdos. I guess if that's all the only way you know how to make a living. Not happy with that arm placement. Let's see. Does that work better? I think that part's just too long. Here, you put the battery in. So excited, I'm almost done with the British Bulldog book. There's like 4 or 5 pages left, I think. I'll be working on those this week. And then Dominic can get those all to the colorist. I do the flats. They just do all the hard work. And then the letterer. And then maybe I can finally get paid for that project. Yep, so, but does she really make music? Noise? Noise on SoundCloud? I don't know. I didn't even watch the Super Bowl, and I'm still trying to get scrubbed from my brain what an ice spice is. Had it not been a complete repeat of 2020, which amazingly enough, a lot of things are kind of exactly the same as they were in 2020, I probably would have watched the Super Bowl. And make sure and make your head not too big, because your head is the smallest thing on your body. I'm giving the cartoon version of Louise mittens, big mittens, because she's got big mittens like her. She's polydactyl. She's got like 27 toes. And then I'll do the patterning just with gray scale on her body. Someone's purring. You purring? Alex Stein did a cat cast recently, which his cat had 4 kittens live on air. Oh my goodness, I missed that. Wow. Alex is quite the character. He's a little bit too extra for my tastes. I do like Normal World with Landau and Quarter Black. I saw Landau live here in Michigan, and that was a great show. Let's see, what's my notes on this panel? Can't wait to pick up this awesome artwork. Thanks, Robert. Okay, so my notes tell me that she's preoccupied. They're both preoccupied talking to each other. I got him right. That's a little bit too sad looking. So she's not depressed, but she's probably not engaged. So she's just like, yeah, no, he's very approachable. Like, we were at Mike Ridley's Comedy Castle, and he did a little meet and greet afterwards, so it was pretty easy to just sit there and chat with him. Tickets weren't that bad either. Maybe just a little bit of pupil is showing, not too much. She's definitely seated. So when you're drawing, you want to kind of find the action for the posture of the body. So it's one of the things I like about drawing digitally is it's so much easier to just use layers. You can draw through with reckless abandon. She'll have some knobby knees. This part I'm not too sure of. It's too much of the rough showing there. Kind of throwing me off. Maybe this arm is more relaxed. She doesn't really want to be here. I think her motivation is that she's more or less sitting here for the sake of sitting with her father. I don't know. I did not know that you did open mics. That's hilarious. Well, I hope they were hilarious. No, you should. I'm pretty sure, like every comedy place has open mics. Do it. I've often thought about just getting up there and riffing on myself with scleroderma and whatnot. And I can tell my famous icebreaker joke that, because I've got scleroderma, my hands are all messed up. They're all kind of frozen in these fixed positions. And when it happened, it was really depressing because I was trying to learn sign language at the time, and I was starting to get pretty good, but now all I can say is, meh. The funny thing is I used to do Wayne State medical days. They they'd gather patients in Wayne State, put them in different rooms for different diseases. And I have an autoimmune disease. So there was autoimmune disease week. And I would always open with that, and you'd get half the room laughing and half the room very uncomfortable. That looks way too long. Like, her shoulder's not up, her shoulder's down. So we need to bring the sleeve down here. And this is more of her back showing. So I think if I bring in the creases, that's probably better. And I've built up the room in my mind, so like there's so much going on in this scene that I don't want to have to repeat over and over again. So I just kind of planned out what the room looks like. So they've got this sectional with a footstool component, I think. I don't know, it looks kind of, maybe I should just remove this line so it doesn't look like I'll change that later. Yeah, it's a very thick accent indeed. It's like that old Three Stooges bit where they'd steal the quarters from flipping a coin. It was like, hey, you got a coin? Yeah, here you go. All right, he'll call it because his tongue's tied. That'll make it easy. What is it? Man. What? Man. Is that it? Certainly. We'll split this 3 ways. Okay, so what do we got going on in the background? I roughed in, God knows what that is. So we have a lamp, we have a door, a couple of ships, and a bookcase. So I need to keep that in mind. So let me put this page over here so I can see it better. All right, so looking at my page over here on this screen, the cat's moved from the armrest to the center seat, so this is where the sailboat picture is. It's not quite that thick of a frame. And that's outside the border anyway. And then there's another little photo here that isn't defined. Then we've got a lamp. Lamp is about right next to this thing, this little one. puts her right in the way of the cat's tail, so I'll move the cat's tail. Do it like that so that the cat's tail is reinforcing the reading of the image, so it's pointing to her. So you get this circular, you read this one, blah, blah, blah. Come here, we'll look at him, follow the cat, and go into her. So that should make it a little better readable. So much of drawing is just giving yourself time to find the lines that you like. Welcome, Fatal J. Drunk 3PO sent me here. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for tuning in. So I'm working on Achromatic Chronicles Green right now. This is page 4 of 130. And kind of a bit of a mountain to climb, but because it's cartoon, I can safely do multiple pages in a day. And it's not like Merkmaid or the British Bulldog book, which I can do 1 page a day before my day's over. My day typically, Monday, I love Lamp. My day typically, I treat it like any other job. My wife goes to work, I see her off, and I start, my clock starts. Unless I have to take her to work because I need the car. And so my day ends when she comes home, and that can be any time because she gets out of work at 5. If she's coming home for dinner, she'll usually be home about 6:30, so I got to make sure and have dinner ready. If she's going to the gym, she won't be home till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. She's doing volleyball. She might even be home later than that if they go out to eat afterwards. She's very extracurricular. Loves volleyball. She does martial arts. And we work great that way. We don't have to be at home sitting in front of the couch. Well, we don't have a couch. We have a small couch. But you know what I mean? It's like we don't sit in front of a TV and veg out until maybe 9, 10 o'clock, and then we're in bed and asleep by 11. Very uneventful people. But it's great because it gives me plenty of hours in the studio, as long as I keep the cats fed and keep the place clean and do the house husbandry and get dinner ready for her when she needs it. Then we are all good to go. All right, so there's also a bookcase and a door. So I think I got the bookcase going on over here. And there's a bit of a photo leaning here. Okay. Black that out. Been going for an hour, so maybe we'll do another 20 minutes or so. Because then I got to switch gears. I got a commission to work on for a new anime voice actor client, and it's a rush job. So, and that's something that I want to stream. What is this? Oh, yeah, there's like a wood paneling separating the wall. That's what it is. Books on the bookcase, and then over here we've got the door. Just your basic cross door. All right, there we go. That's our penciled scene. I need to excuse myself for just a minute. Apologies. Okie dokie. Let's see. Make sure this 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Boom. The man himself. Did you get your plane ride already over, or you reached your destination? So for Jay's benefit, we'll take a look at the finish on this panel. Let me get rid of the rough underneath. Turn that off. Yeah, just missing its tones. Sitting in Orlando. Well, you basically, you could be sitting in a far worse airport. Orlando's airport is gorgeous. All right. Jay says he loves it. Excellent. I'll be sending you the bill shortly. We'll have to figure out some time to stream together, Jay, and then you can pester me with questions while I'm working on the book. Live, on air. Gotta make sure there's a little bit of squash going on. She's weighing down her jeans with her arm, or shorts with her arm. Fortuna has a cat. Yeah, this was kind of my own little doing, and if you object to it, I can take her out, but there wasn't any mention of it in the script, and I thought it would be a great background element. So I'm putting my own cat, Louise, into it. She's taken off, so she's not on her perch. But I figured it'd be a cute little background element for kids. They're like, oh, look at the kitty, a little more engagement with the work. Awesome, thank you. He's cheating. Oh my God. Easier way to do that. Her shirt's not going to be tucked in. I really need to get me one of those little helper boxes that has a knob on it that'll do this rotate for me. So I can just do that with my left claw. So I'm going to leave the drawing. I've seen a few of those things, and some of the Huion tablets come with them, and I'm intrigued by them. I mean, I can send you a shopping list, and you can write it all off. whack all this in, and it'll read like her other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. I say this just about every time I'm on stream drawing. Drawing hands is the most hard thing for me. It didn't used to be, but because of this, I've lost all my muscle memory on how hands work. So, if I don't look at real hands somewhere else, like inside my brain, I have no concept of how my fingers are supposed to actually work anymore. It's weird. It's like I'll just be I'll do something that's a little wonky. I'll be dumbfounded, like that doesn't look right. I don't know why. So I'll use like 3D hand models sometimes, or just find photos and kind of get a better idea. But that's weird. It's like all my muscle memory's gone from what a hand should be able to do and move. Okay. We got her there. Let's work on Louise. Looked at the old Rankin Bass Hobbit movie recently. Man, they drew good hands. Wasn't most of that done with rotoscoping though? And I honestly don't know, because I know a lot of the cartoons from that area, like Fire and Ice. Those were largely rotoscoping. Even He-Man was largely a lot of rotoscoping. But I don't know for sure how much Rankin Bass did on the old Hobbit. That's such a great film. Like, I watched the movies, obviously, Lord of the Rings. I'm not aware of the Amazon series. But yeah, like there's a certain like kind of unsettlingness to the way, especially Smeagol is drawn, Um, there's a little bit of a creep factor to the way that they did that movie, because I remember it like kind of freaking me out as a kid. Kind of like the way Secret of Nim did. Last Unicorn is another one that's like, just there's something away about the way that it was animated. All right, we got the kitty cat. I'm gonna wrap up here soon, so that's why I'm working on the characters, and then I can finish the stream off, do the background, because I got cat boxes to clean, and I got a commission to start for an anime voice actress. Dad's hair. When I was thinking about how the dad would look, yeah, Ralph Bakshi, yeah. I was thinking about how the dad would look. I only had the father from Family Matters in mind. I forget the actor's name, but he always plays a cop. He's the cop in Die Hard. So I kind of patterned him after this. Pattern her dad after him. And this is one of those panels that tells more of the story, like how there's something between the father and daughter, that there's always a tension in the room when they're engaged with each other. And so you really want to communicate that with the body language as much as possible. And in the script, they're both kind of preoccupied. She's thinking about going outside to play, and he is concentrating on his TV remote, because he's always seen watching TV, obeying the TV, that kind of thing. I know what it is. This thumb is in the wrong spot. Yeah, because that... would make better sense there. We probably wouldn't see this much of the thumb anyway. That's what was making me... Ugh. So if I travel through here... So he's holding the remote more with the side of his thumb, not... Well, I can't demonstrate, so... Yeah, I like doing this, and I think it's great for helping us to promote the book. I don't want to give too much away, though. It's another reason why I don't draw stream. I'm apprehensive about doing draw streams, is that I don't want to do spoilers. I just hate that whole arm situation. That's better. Thank you, Alec Baldwin's finger. Wow, I'm up to 5 people. That's incredible. Not bad for zero planning and just saying, you know what, I got a hunch to go live, I'm going to go live. And then fumbling around with my camera, updating software annoyingly, which I almost didn't do this because I was getting so frustrated because everything I had to log into to do this had a software update. It's like I miss video gaming, but I also don't because it's like every time you turn on the Xbox, it's like, all right, I got a half an hour, I want to sit down and play. What? 10 gigabyte update, 7 hours remaining. All right, I'll turn this off and throw it in the garbage. Thank you. Happy Saturday to you too. I made breakfast for my wife and myself, and I watched the Three Stooges before starting my day. Yeah, I guess it does look like he's wearing jeans. batteries are here to stay. One of the things that I do to speed things up is on the stylus, there's two buttons, and I got one of them which will switch between transparency and color so that I can quickly erase without having to switch tools while I'm working. It only took me like a few years to figure out to do that. The best thing about DrawStream is it makes me draw. Yes. I have been watching Jim Lee's, where he just basically inks up a masterpiece in like 30 minutes. And it's been very motivational for me as well. My buddy Neon was saying on Twitter, like, does anybody watch draw streams anymore? My comment was, that's pretty much all I watch. It's like either draw streams or something educational, like, you know, Forbidden History, tutorials, cooking shows. I love watching Jean-Pierre because I want to learn. It's like I don't get the drama streams, or, you know, like too much entertainment for me just feels like I'm wasting my time. And I guess I'm more entertained by learning anyway. So, and I also try to never miss David Finch when he's doing his streams either, because I bought a whole new set of gouache just because of a stream of his, because I hadn't done gouache in forever. I hadn't painted in forever, and I really wanted to get back into it. Just haven't had time to sit down and really start practicing it again. But yeah, it's a skill set I've kind of let go rusty, painting-wise. All right, I've been going for an hour and 41. I think I'm going to wrap it up here because, again, all I got is those boring background elements, and I really need to clean those cat boxes and get some chores done before I can start my commission and work on that. So thank you, everybody who's tuned in. Definitely gave me the onerous to do this again. Maybe it'll be a Saturday thing. I know I need to talk to some of my buds too, because I really want to get that. Yes, he does indeed text me every other day asking if it's done. Well, this helps educate Jay in the process. You know, it's like I tried getting AI to do everything for me, but my little robot on the desk there is just still standing there not doing anything. Oh, it's a joke. AI is scary, but it can't do this yet, but it's getting there. Put us all out of jobs. Or will it? Because I think, you know, the big studios are definitely going to lean towards using it, but the smaller studios, and I think there's going to be a backlash against it, just like there's been a backlash against NFTs. You know, they went from hero to zero. They don't really have a place, because people will know it and be like, well, yeah, but that's AI though. That's not art. You know, that'll be the normies will get there eventually. We'll probably have a rough patch before they do, but I think they'll get there eventually. Okay, cool. I'll save this. And again, thank you for everybody who's tuned in. I will probably do this again maybe next Saturdays, or I might do it sometime during the week. I really need to sit down and figure out a schedule, because number one, I don't want streaming to interfere with my production. It's a big criticism with a lot of bigger creators. They spend all day streaming, making money doing that. They're not necessarily drawing the books. Books take too long. I am not letting my boy Jay wait forever to get green out there, because I'm ready to start drawing the pirate book too. And I need to keep the income rolling in, since I'm not doing so many shows. So I definitely do not want this to take away. As long as I can be productive and do this like we're doing today, awesome, I'll do more of these. But if it gets to the point where it's like cutting into my productivity, I will stop this, because I care more about my integrity as an artist and living up to my commitments that I've made than making money streaming. Or I'm not even making money with this, so who cares? Thank you. I'm going to roll my outro, if I remember how to do that. And we'll see you next time.
The dreaded Dinosaur Man. The dreaded Dinosaur Man.